Hello. All right, so like 4 months ago or however long it's been, I said the demo's almost here. And I wasn't lying, I just was not understanding how much work was left. All right, so all I wanted to do was just create these three new enemies and then be done with it. If I had time, if I got the enemies created really fast, I was going to put the mini boss on too. I was going to create the mini boss and put him here and have these gates work. To which, when you get in here, all the gates will close, and once you beat the mini boss, this gate opens and you can continue on. That did not work out. And as you can see from the other video, I actually have put in more trees and more this and more that. Basically, every time I get frustrated with the enemy system because no one has a simple tutorial about enemies online, and if you dare tell me, if you goddamn tell me to go look up a video that has the AI look at you and chase you, I will hurt you. I will hurt you. Because every time I look up for an enemy system, that is always what pops up. Oh, I made the AI look at you and chase you. Great. There's like 100 different things AI can do. And by the way, I'm not making a Dark Souls game. It doesn't need to be that complicated. All right, my enemies need to just do something very simple. So, let's take a look. All right, let's actually r.streaming.pool size. That makes it so the texture limit or whatever it is can handle all the textures. So this guy, big boy, he's finished, except for the sounds. There's no sounds on him. All you do is I made a radius that when you get close to him, he looks at you. And when you're not near him, he'll do like idle animations, and he'll even go to other idle, like if you've been looking at it for too long, other idle animations. But we won't wait for that. If you get too close to him, what does he do? He hits you, and you get back. So he's basically a wall that attacks you. Very simple. And to kill him, you do that. Gone. Done. Great. He works. He's done. And the sleeping version is also done. He's over there. And sleeping version is just you jump on him. This guy, 90% done. He does pretty much everything I want him to do. He's a turret. He will follow you. Alright? And I put a... Now, the bullets aren't working because I made it so they don't work, so I can keep testing. But don't worry, the bullets do work. Now, this is what happens when you go near him. Now, I didn't want him to follow you infinitely. I wanted a clamp. So when you get to about 45 degrees of where he's facing, which is right there, right next to him, he will lose sight of you, lose sight of you, and then he'll just snap back to his original position. Now, unfortunately, in the Unreal Engine, it goes from 0 to 360 when it comes to the degrees, or negative 180 to 180, I believe it is, depending if you normalize it or not. So, if I get to a certain point, which is basically this straight line right in front of him, this line, regardless if he's looking left, if he's looking right, and if he's looking, that direction back, he will work exactly how I want him to. But if he's looking in this direction or any 45-degree variation of this direction, as soon as you cross that barrier of 0 to 360, he loses sight of you. And if you come out, you can even do it from the other side. He'll follow you this way, and then he'll go to where I want him to go, to the clamped part, and then he'll lose track of you. Why? I don't know how to compensate for this. I don't know how to fix this. This is literally the only thing that's left with this guy. I don't know how to fix it, and it bugs me. And you're like, oh, well, just don't have him facing that way. Well, great. Because he's facing, the opposite way, so it won't affect this guy. But it does affect, when I come way over here, this. So I thought it'd be cool that to defeat the boss, you have to go over there, and there's going to be like a cannon over there to shoot an acorn at the cannon, and then you have to come over here and basically do the same thing. It replicates, over there is just, what are these called? Over here are these trees that fall down, which you'll see throughout the level. It replicates that, and I just fell. And over here is moving platforms, and it replicates that, which there was a moving platform, I believe they're up there. Yeah, this one right there. So it's repeating previous mechanics, repeat previous enemies while you're trying to get to a goal. It kind of solidifies who these guys are. Turrets, basically, in the game, solidifies the platforming and the mechanical platforming in the game. but I didn't want them to be infinite because when you come over here, if they're infinite, then they just keep shooting at you while you're trying to hit the cannon to shoot the big guy. I wanted, so once you get over here, basically about 45 degrees, you can come to this spot right here, and then they'll stop shooting at you, so you can actually do your thing and hit the cannon and keep going. But those guys are facing the poor direction, so they'll actually lose sight of you when you cross that 0 to 360 barrier. Fine, whatever, it's 90% done. I could probably put that in the demo and just be like, hey, I know it's broken. Now, there's a lot more I wanted to do. I wanted to make some animations to put up here, some cheering animations, because this is the gauntlet that you have to go through to get to the end of the level, and then you go down there, and that's the end of the level. So yeah, there's some decorations I need to do, which is animations on those guys. These rooms are completely barren. I do have plans for what's going to go in these rooms, but because the enemies are taking me so long, I haven't been touching them. And I mean, like, that's what I could have been doing instead of doing other things, but basically these rooms don't have too much significance. They're just kind of like cheeky little fun things. I think I was going to make a serial killer in one, which is where you go on the up here, and then there's going to be like a bookcase of cereals and cops everywhere, and it's literally like a box of cereal that's been stabbed. And then I think I was going to have it, then you go out here, and then the serial killer will be here, and then you got to chase him around, hit him, and then he'll give you tears or something. I have another one where it's a squirrel boxing match, where you'll make your bet down here, and then you'll go up here, and then you'll watch these squirrels box. And then if it's going to be a random who wins, it's basically once you make the bet, two animations will play. One where the red squirrel will win, and one where the blue squirrel will win. I could even actually make more color squirrels. And basically, if you win, then it's basically gambling with your tears. If you win, you get the squirrels. You get the tears. I do want to put more decoration here, make it look more like a house, like there's a front yard. Same with over here. But that's pretty much it. I mean, you can come over here, and then you'll get the key, the silver key. That's for something different kind. That's for bonus levels, to unlock bonus levels. And then this squirrel he's colored in, but he's just not rigged and animated. So I need to rig him, animate him, so that when you get to these boxes, he'll kick you away and he'll punch you away, and then you'll jump on him and he'll go like, his head will go down and he'll be like, ow, and then you'll bounce up there. But as for the decorations of his house, everything in his house is done. This is what I want it to look like. And it's a lot of decoration that doesn't need to be in the demo. So all I wanted to do was create the 3 enemies and then set off the demo. But I can't get my final enemy to work, which is a guy who just charges at you and then charges, like, let's say he's here, pointing here, you get in his range, he'll charge, and then right off the cliff, like in Spyro. Okay, haven't been doing that. So what have I been doing? Uh-oh. Where is the test level? There it is. Where is this? Alright. So, when I get frustrated, I don't think these were in the other, these 2 skins were in the other video, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this one's finished, this one's a cool fiery skin. This one, I was going to make like a swampy skin. I'm not 100% finished with him. I don't exactly know what the design of the swampiness would be. But yeah, he's a lime green and he's got glowing green. And what else have I been doing? I've been making these. So something that falls down, something that falls down and come back up. I should just... Alright, so this falls down and stays down. This falls down and comes back up. These are up-down things. These are bouncing. This is a... whatever that does. a platform that shrinks, rotating cog platform, a controller platform that isn't completely done because if you jump on the other side, it goes back to its previous location rather than just moving backwards. A jump through platform, so like a cloud where it's solid on top, but you can get through it on the bottom. This one is, I guess, the pattern one, which is, oh, there we go. Green, 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 green. All right. The pendulum, as you know, the pendulum roller, full roller swing, which is with an acorn, which I had in the previous one but didn't use, and then a conveyor belt. All very nice. So this is what basically we're working on. Now, I got, kind of bored of that too, and I'm still very frustrated with the enemies, so I've actually been working on an entirely new game, which is Amazing Mouse. And it's spelled A-maze-in mouse. I keep pressing shift. Shift actually goes in the first person mode because it's a maze. But you're this little mouse. You can dash, you can double jump, dash, you can glide, and there's a turbo glide. I forget which. Nope, 6 does that. 8 does that. Oh, was that it? I don't know. Okay, there's a turbo glide. It basically does this. I think it's on right now. Not 100% sure. But also, you can drop down, go forward, drop down, go. There will be these charges that you can buy in the store where you can, turn the dash on and off, where you can turn the gliding on and off. With at base kit, you can only glide and dash once until you land, and then if you cancel the glide, which is what this is, you just fall straight down. I think it's very cute. I think he's adorable. I'm working right now. The only animations left with the character is 2 idle animations. One that's pretty much done, and then another one. So if he stands still for a while, he'll go into an idle animation. Now, I don't know if he'll do it right now because 2 of the idle animations are actually just don't have an animation attached, but the coding's still attached. So, and they're like 10 seconds long. Oh, there it goes. 5 seconds long. So right now, basically the idle animation is choosing 1, 2, or 3. If it chooses 2 or 3, which don't have animations attached to them, he's just going to stand here, but it's going to still do the cooldown. And it's, this is the testing area. I hope to actually have all these obstacles and tests really good because all I did was copy it from the other game. And then in future games, I can just keep copying it. So let's go to the maps. What I did in like months of the first game, I did in a couple days of this game. This map is fully done. Same with level 2. Levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 are this. I don't know what this is. Something is... He's basically not registering the falling is done. Anyways, which should be an easy fix. I thought the brick and the grass would be really nice. It's supposed to be simple levels. So the first level is just a normal tutorial on movement. So you're just running through like this, and you're just trying to find your way out. I think it's a very good first level. I think it's very nice, very pretty, very cute little mountain background. And then you get through it, and then there's going to be a cheese at the end, which will actually fall through a hole, and then you jump through that hole and go into the next level. Level 2 is about jumping. It's a tutorial for jumping. Now the first 4 levels are base kit tutorials. Level 2 actually has lighting built. That's probably why it's taking a while to load, but is also kind of dumb considering there's not much in the level at all, so I don't know why, just because it has lighting built. It's taking forever to save, taking forever to load, taking forever to do pretty much anything. So anyways, the second thing you're going to learn is to just jump. A simple jump. Oop. And then you can jump. You can also dash over all these. Very simple. But yeah, it's just a little bit more of a complex maze with some holes, and it's just tutorial number 2 saying, hey, the mazes get more complicated, and there will be holes and obstacles basically. And here's has as far as you can jump is pretty much this hole. Yep, go through the maze. I think it's this way. And I made the walls low like this because it's a tutorial. Because once you get the other level of the other powers, you can just jump on the wall and head straight over. This is a timed game to which high score is the time it takes you to get through the maze. So it's kind of like a cheeky way of saying, hey, you can just get through the maze once you have all the other powers. You can also get up on top of these. Oop, let me turn off the double jump. Okay. You can get up on top of these, yeah, by dashing then jumping. Because when you jump normally, you can't get up. But I think dash puts you high enough in the air in which you'll get enough boost to get over and on top. So technically, you could cheese these levels before you even get your powers, your double jump, glide, and what's the third power? Oh, shrink. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to tell you that there's a shrink. Boing. So yeah, I like the shrink because I mean it's basically a crawl without actually having to deal with the crawl collisions. And boing. I don't think I'll have it to which I mean I could have it to which you're slower and you can't jump as high, but I don't think I will because I just like this. It's funny. And it's basically just supposed to help you get through crevices. And so what I have in mind is like when you jump, you dash, you shrink, jump, dash, shrink, and then you can get through the crevice. Anyways, yeah, the tutorials are meant to be easy. They're meant to be beginner stuff, and they're meant to just show you, be a nice, familiar maze type game before I get to more complicated, more fun, and harder to make mazes. There's also this. It's a checkpoint, so you can either get back to the checkpoint by yourself. It just snaps you back. I put it down here, snaps you back. I put a little work for cheese so you know which direction it will snap you back to and which way you're going to be looking. Yep, if you jump down a hole while you have it, it'll snap you back to the last checkpoint. You can only have one checkpoint on at a time, and you cannot put the checkpoint while you're in midair. You do have to be on the ground, and that's where you can put the checkpoint. So you can either manually set yourself back without damaging yourself, or anytime you damage yourself, it'll just send you back. And that will be handy. So like if I'm good, the name of the game is to get to the end the fastest you can, but there will be collectibles in the levels for skins and unlocking other bonus levels and stuff like that. Just collectibles for you to get. So if you do want to explore the entire maze, it will not. You will not be punished for exploring the maze or for getting lost. You will actually be rewarded, but it's not a requirement to beat the game. You can beat the game without getting lost at all, with just getting your best time. So here's how the hub world is kind of going to work. You're going to start in the middle here, where you're going to have levels 1, 2, 3, 4, movement, jumping, dashing, and then put it all together. Number 4 is just do it all. Dashing is going to have walls closing in on you, so you have to dash through the walls to get, to be fast enough. And then you come out. I'm not exactly sure how I'm designing it, but this is basically how I want it. So you'll come out where there'll be a learn to shrink level. So you go inside, you'll get the shrink ability, and then you will complete the level, which is a tutorial on how to shrink. And then you can shrink down, go through this little hole, and then go through all the levels over here, which will all be related to shrinking. Same with the glide. You come over here, you learn to glide, do the learn to glide level. Jump up here, you'll glide over. It'll be a distance to which you can only glide to. You can't double jump or dash to or anything like that. I mean, you might be able to multiple dash to it. I haven't really tested it out, or maybe I might just have it so you can, just so, because I like leaving ways to be cheesy about it. Anywho, then learn to double jump, of course, is just learn to double jump, and then everything is going to be double jump related. one level for the double jump I have is it's a water level. Water is rising, so you got to be jumping up. You got to be going. You're going through a maze, but you also have to be going up through the maze. Another one is a bouncy house, which is just a lot of jumping, a lot of bouncing, a lot of launching platform stuff. I forget. Oh, and the third one is it's a level type of maze to which it's specifically you're going in between two different floors of the maze to figure out how to get through the maze, and that's all of these are also sort of introductions to other mechanics. So there's going to be, I think there's 3 or 4 per learning, and then once you complete the learn to all 1, 2, and these 3, once you have all your abilities, this this gate will open up, and then all these won't be themed. They won't be specifically towards anything. These mazes over here will just be me coming up with ideas that I think are fun and cool, and then you just go through them. And then the final level, well, once you beat the game, you'll get one bonus level, which is going to be the impossible level, because I've seen a lot of, the do this impossible type of game. The ones that rage bait you, the ones that are like very unfair and unforgiving. Well, I thought it'd be really cool to make one really long maze obstacle course type thing. Kind of take my shot at that one level and just make it very unfair, very unforgiving, very just rage-inducing. But I didn't want that to be part of the main game. I just wanted it to be a fun little thing that you get after you beat the game and you beat all the levels. Um, so yeah, there will be. So right now I have it looking like this. I'm not 100% sure if I want to look at like this. This is actually what I intended to make it look like when I first thought of the idea. So if we actually go back to level 2, um, I I don't I like them both. I like the way that this looks and I like the way that this looks. But I couldn't choose. Basically, yeah, I just couldn't choose. And it's making this the base and going to this. I would rather have this and then have a something you buy in the store that's like Toon World, and it's just a simple button press and then it turns into this. I also want to put in some outlines. I need to make an outline shader and see if I can make it. I've made an outline shader in the past. It didn't work out so well. But I found a new tutorial that does it a different way, so hopefully it makes it look a lot better, and that should help make this whole stuff look better. But I think it looks cool. I just couldn't decide between the two styles, and so I'm just gonna put this as it's a post processing shader. That's how I can just flick between them, and it's basically messing with the lighting. Um, so yeah, I am going to just also does weird shine. It's kind of like shiny on the wall if you saw that there. And that's pretty much it. There's going to be a mirror mode. The checkpoint you will have to buy. You'll have to get collectibles and buy from the store. Mirror mode's really simple. Oh, there it is. It's also post processing, and it's actually just flipping the camera, inverting the camera. So I think mirror mode in a maze game works a lot better than any other game because then it's kind of like going through the level again, but with um, but just with a different take. And you also, if you're just not comfortable with, if you want to do like the classic maze kind of mode, or if like I mean, some of these mazes are gonna have really high walls, so maybe the camera won't work super well. You can always just do the first person mode, and yeah, and just go through it as first person. Although if you go into I'm gonna have to fix that so you can't see through the walls. But that's pretty much what I've been working on. Amazing Mouse is probably going to get finished before Bump of the Night, only because every time I work on it, every time I get frustrated, and I'm getting frustrated a lot lately. And it's just, this is solid colors. It's pink, it's black, it's gray. You know, it's pink over here. These are solid colors. This isn't like a super... This is a little idle animation of him sniffing around. He's like, oh, that cheese smells good. It's super easy to make. I can make a lot of it really fast. I found these textures online. This grass and this brick. If I can find something online, I'm gonna use it. If I gonna have to make it myself, then okay, fine, whatever. But yeah, Amazing Mouse, not Mighty Mouse, Amazing Mouse is my is my very simple project to work on when I get frustrated with the bigger project. Now, am I gonna just drop Bump of the Night? No. As soon as I figure out the enemy system and I get the last two enemies completely working, the demo's out. So I'm only waiting on two things. If I mean, there's only 5 of you ever looking at my videos, so if there was like thousands of you and you're all like, no, it's fine, just put it out now and we'll deal with not having the enemy, then yeah, sure, I'd put it out now. Take the enemies out, have the shooter broken, have it not. And if it's honestly going to be taking me that long and I still can't figure it out, then I'm just going to release the demo like that. But again, there's only 5 of you that ever watch my videos. So if you look at all my videos, there's not a lot of views at all. There's 0 to 5, basically. Except for that one video that had 500. Don't know what that was about. But yeah, this is a very long video that didn't need to be super long, but I just wanted to explain everything of why the demo is not out yet. So now you know what I've been working on. Now you know why it's been taking me so long. Frustration is the name of the game. And I also, tell me which game you like best. You like more. Oop. Maze, a very simple maze game, to which all the first 4 levels will just be these simple mazes. Then they'll get more creative and less of a maze, more of an obstacle course and more of a exploration, but with multiple avenues, basically. Oh, minimap. That's also something that's going to be in the something I want in the store, because I have made a minimap in using blueprints in the past. But if I make too complex of levels, then the minimap is going to be really annoying to make. So anyways, hope y'all enjoy. Let me know in the comments thoughts. Yeah, the demo will be coming out when I eventually figured out the enemies, or if it's taking me too long, I'll just bring out the demo and just have you guys play. Bye bye.